Hey there, guys. Alright, today we are back with another Memoirs of World War II. It's been quite a while since I last watched them. They didn't give me many views, and I have to focus on getting views, but it's been so long, I thought we'd come back with it. See how it does. If again they don't get many views, then it'll probably be another like 6-month wait before the next time I react to them again. But I really love this channel. If you are not subscribed, I would highly recommend checking them out. It's not just like soldiers that get recorded in this series. There's also, I believe, a Holocaust survivor video on this channel, so highly recommend them. Today we're going to be looking at the World War II Medal of Honor recipient Hershel Woody Williams. Go ahead, dive right in.
He asked me at that point in time if I could do anything with flamethrowers against the pillboxes. I said, I will try.
I think I know this guy.
What went on that day, I have absolutely no memory.
I think so. There's a 1-season series on Netflix called Medal of Honor, literally just called Medal of Honor, and it goes through a few different Medal of Honor recipients in United States history. They've got, I think, 1 or 2, maybe just one on someone from the Iraq War. Was he in Afghanistan? I think he was actually in Afghanistan, not Iraq. And then you've got a Korea, a lot of World War II. I believe it was mainly World War II, and maybe one Vietnam. But yeah, I think this guy actually had his story told in that series.
From the moment war came to the doorstep of the United States, Hershel Woodrow Williams was determined to serve his country. Specifically, he had his sights set on becoming a Marine.
Okay, so this is going to be set in the Pacific, oh boy.
That's what I wanted to be, and I have said jokingly many times, the Marine Corps uniform was so much more attractive, and they could get girls easier than those guys in those ugly Army uniforms.
The Marine uniform has always been pretty spiffy, but I'm gonna be honest, looking back, that World War II Army dress uniform, it do be pretty hot.
And I didn't want to wear that. Every Marine is trained to be a rifleman, and then others are trained with some other job. And we had cross-trained, to where we were flamethrower operators as well as demolition people. So we could do either job.
I believe, it's been a while, I'm a bit rusty on some specifics of World War II. I believe you did not want to be a flamethrower soldier, because I believe they were targeted, obviously, for obvious reasons why a flamethrower would be targeted, because, they got a fucking flamethrower on their back. But I believe they had a pretty high casualty rate. Like, really high.
Blow it up or burn it up, whichever they needed.
Hershel joined up with the 3rd Marine Division and headed to the South Pacific. There, the Allies were locked in a violent campaign to reclaim the lands the Japanese had taken in the wake of the Pearl Harbor attack. Through this campaign, Hershel would set foot on islands he had never even heard of before.
When I got overseas, I ended up on the island of Guadalcanal, which was the first island that the Marines had taken in the Pacific. Naturally, it was secure when we got there in late 1943. But in July of that year, we went to Guam and took Guam back from the Japanese. We stayed on Guam until early February of 1945. We were told we were shipping out. Nobody had any idea where.
Let me just say, for how old this guy, he looks like he's in good shape.
We were going.
Hershel and the 3rd Marine Division were off to invade a small volcanic island from which the Allies would be close enough to stage attacks against the Japanese mainland. The island's name? Iwo Jima.
Oh boy.
None of us, of course, had ever heard tell of it. They did tell us that...
I love how that line that he just said is extremely important. At this time, no one had heard of Iwo Jima. No one. Pretty much ask anyone that remembers their World War II U.S. history course is that they took in high school. They will know what they know Iwo. A lot of Americans know Iwo Jima now.
It was small, and there's 20,000 of us on this ship. 2 other Marine divisions were already scheduled to land first. Reasonably, we thought, why would they need so many Marines? And we were told by the briefers that were briefing us that it probably would last 2 to 3 days.
Oh, God.
And then we'd be done. We'd go back to our tents that we left on Guam. But that didn't work out that way.
No.
The first night, after having lost so many the first day on Iwo Jima, we got word over the speaker that we were going in the next day.
The Japanese defense on the island was unexpectedly fierce, and the American casualties had far surpassed predictions. When Hershel and the 3rd Division hit the shore, they were met with an impassable wall of resistance.
We had encountered a large number of reinforced concrete pillboxes.
The Japanese had Iwo Jima fucking trapped. Like, that was
And we couldn't bust through them. Every time we would try to advance, there were so many of them. They had all the field of fire because they're in a protected area. We're in an open area. And we were losing Marines very rapidly, but we needed to go forward in order to capture the island. My commanding officer asked for a meeting. We gathered in a whole huge shell crater. He asked me at that point in time if I could do anything with flamethrowers against the pillboxes. I said, I will try. He gave me 4 Marines. The Marines were to shoot at the pillbox, then I'm going to try to get flame inside so that we can eliminate the enemy within. Much of what went on that day, I have absolutely no memory.
Under constant enemy fire, Hershel advanced up the beach, successfully taking out one pillbox after another. When a flamethrower would run out, he returned to the rear of the American lines, grabbed another, and advanced again to the next pillbox.
God damn.
Hershel repeated this cycle for hours, miraculously, never receiving a single wound. But the Marines providing his cover fire would not be so fortunate.
2 of them lost their lives that day doing that. But I was able to advance with the help of other Marines. I was able to eliminate the enemy within 7 of those pillboxes. That gave us a way of getting through. And once we passed through that protective pillbox area, then we had the advantage.
After 5 weeks of ferocious combat and over 40,000 American and Japanese casualties, the Allies had finally taken Iwo Jima. The cost of victory was far greater than had been speculated, but recognizing that losses would certainly have been higher had it not been for acts of bravery like that of Hershel and the 4 Marines who protected him, Hershel's commanding officer recommended him for the Medal of Honor. When the war ended, Hershel was called back to Washington, D.C., where he and several other Medal of Honor recipients were congratulated by President Harry Truman. But Hershel, viewing his actions on Iwo Jima as simply part of his duties, was unaware why he had been invited to such an event.
There were 13 of us that day on the White House lawn. Until they read my citation, I had no idea why I was receiving it. 13 of us received the medal. I'm the last of the 13. They have all gone on.
Oh, fuck. Really? I didn't know that.
And it changed my life completely, of course.
Throughout the decades since receiving the medal, Hershel has remained a shining example of honor and humility, but he has never forgotten the 2 Marines, to whom he believes the medal truly belongs.
I wear it in their honor. I'm just the caretaker of the medal because particularly those two Marines who sacrificed their life protecting me, they earned the medal more than I did. I'll just wear it in their honor and say I am the caretaker.
To this day, Hershel Williams continues to serve his country. Since 2010, the Hershel Woody Williams Medal of Honor Foundation has been establishing permanent Gold Star family memorials all across the United States. The memorials are dedicated to those who have lost loved ones in military conflict.
They lost part of themselves when they lost their loved one. And for relatives of those who sacrificed their lives, those relatives, they never have an opportunity to grow up together, and that vacancy is always there. We're here in this little community to dedicate a Gold Star Family Memorial Monument. Its purpose is to honor those Gold Star families who lost that loved one for our freedom.
Hey everyone.
I always love in these Memoirs of World War II videos how he doesn't, a lot of the time with, at least when I was younger and was interested in watching like World War II-ish kind of stuff, is that they would kind of tell these stories and then end them. They'd be like, and then he received the Medal of Honor and that was it. I really love how he continues on, talks about their return to the United States. He tells pretty much their full story. I really love that. So that was Memoirs of World War II, number 7. Hershel Woody Williams, the last, I guess, World War II Medal of Honor recipient still alive, or I don't know if he has passed on since the making of the. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.